Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. This is Mr. Black Hammer 2021. I'm back with another WWE Hell in a Cell review. Last night, Hell in a Cell, I just went off last night. I did watch the entire pay per view. Well, if you guys want to, make sure you guys hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. This video is sponsored by all my friends, all my YouTubers, all the people that I watch. I got more in the way, so hit that like button. I think that this is the first review for WWE that I'm gonna do in 2021. Now, if y'all haven't seen my Hell in a Cell edition, please go back and see it. I'm about to upload in a few minutes. Alright, so for Hell in a Cell 2021, the pay per view it was alright. It was decent. It wasn't the worst pay per view. I know a lot of people. I hear a lot of people say, "Well, the pay per view sucked. The pay per view was worthless." Now, I understand why, because there's nothing on that show that was interesting. Every match was a rematch. I understand that the storylines were awful and the build to it were awful. I think there were only like 3 or 2 matches I really enjoyed, like Sasha. I mean Bayley and Bianca were the. It was a great way to open the show. The Hell in a Cell match was great. I didn't think it needed Hell in a Cell, but it was a good match, good ending. And Bianca retained the title. Seth Rollins and Cesaro, another good match. Seth Rollins won. Then what else do we have? We had Shayna Baylor losing to Alessa Bliss. Shayna Baylor is officially buried. I hear all the people saying Shayna Baylor is buried. She lost to Alessa Bliss. She's nothing but a loser. And then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. wasn't the best of their matches. Sami Zayn won surprisingly. And then we had we had Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. The map wasn't that great. The map was awful. With Ripley being treated like an idiot. These all have been both terrible. What else do we have? Oh yeah, wait. They did have a pre-show, but I'm not gonna talk about the pre-show. We had Mandy, Rhodes, and Natalya. Who cared? No one cared about them. No one cared about the women's tag team titles. I don't know why it took place. I thought they were gonna defend the tag team title, but I guess not. Maybe it might be in what, I don't know, but who cares? And then the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, a damn good match. Match was great. It was hard hitting, brutal. The ending got a little bit out of hand with MVP getting involved. Hopefully that's the end of that feud. Hopefully they move on. Hopefully Drew McIntyre does not get any more title matches, and Bobby Lashley hopefully faces Brock Lesnar or Kofi Kingston. But we'll get right into that in just a second. Alright. Now let's go on to the show. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk about the pre-show. No one cares. Alright, the first match, Bianca Belair and Bayley, was a pretty good match. Wasn't much in this match. We saw chairs, ladders. That there are lots. She won with the KOD on the ladder and retained the title. Wasn't really much here in the match, but it was alright for what it was. Now, like, there's not much of a division, and there is no one else who can challenge Bianca. Hopefully, Sasha Banks comes back, and then we get the match at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. Hopefully, she does, because not much of a division. Hopefully, she returns and turns heel on Bianca, and we get that feud, and hopefully, being booked properly. Yeah, cause like match was alright, match was great. The build wasn't that great. It was awful. Now the way how they're booking Bianca. Now Bayley's alright. Bayley's a great heel. We all love Bayley. Bayley did great with the title last year. She had. Now I don't think this match was better than what they did last year with Bayley and Sasha. I think that match was great, and they told a better story based on the storyline and the feud that we all wanted. But last night, Bianca and Bayley, it was alright for what it was. I know a lot of people didn't really care about it because like the way how they booked Bianca as a terrible babyface and the terrible promos that they keep writing for her, talking about bullies and how she never doubted anyone. It's just awful. This ain't the Bianca from NXT that we all love. So the match was good, and then the second match, Seth Rollins and Cesaro. This is like the third time I've seen this match, and the match was alright. I think the match at WrestleMania was better Probably because that we have fans there and the crowd and the energy. This is all got a moment at WrestleMania. And this right here, Seth Rollins got the victory. He went with a roll up. He beats us all clean. Here, kind of 50-50 booking. Now the feud been going on since February. Hopefully it's over. Now this match deserved Hell in a Cell because of how great the feud had been booked. I don't know why it wasn't, but they want to have women inside Hell in a Cell. And it was 50-50 booking. The match was good. There was even I didn't know it was a highlight where Ron tried to go for the curve and it's all countered. This match, nothing really in this match really. I do have notes here, but I'm not gonna go over them. Nothing really in this match. Yeah, so Cesaro won. Seth Rollins won with a roll up, 50-50 booking. And now I hear all the rumors that Seth Rollins is gonna have a big match at SummerSlam against Edge. Now Edge might come back and he might fight Seth Rollins. They do have a little history from 7 years ago in 2014 where Seth Rollins threatened to broke Edge's neck. He threatened to end his career. And then I remember when Edge returned at the Royal Rumble last year and mentioned Seth Rollins and he had that look on his face. I think that'll be a good match and they'll tell a story there. So that's why Seth Rollins got the victory last night against Cesaro. Probably because he gotta be both strong. He'll probably be in a feud with Edge. Now these two guys could be in Money in the Bank next month. Hopefully we get qualifying matches and new people. I don't know who's gonna win Money in the Bank. Hopefully it's not Seth Rollins. Cesaro maybe. But yeah. So there's that. And then up next we had Shayna, Baylor, and Alessa Bliss. You know, this match was awful. No one cared about this match. The build was awful. Don't know why this was on the show. And I agree with every people on social media and YouTube. Shayna Baylor is dead. Her career is buried. She's nothing but a loser. Driving out to Alessa Bliss and the crap they're doing. A lot of people are over Alessa Bliss. Hopefully they end it before fans. Now this wasn't really much of a match. I didn't really care about it. I mean, Shayna Baylor was selling moves to Alessa Bliss. Alessa Bliss is like 5'3". Knowing how great Shayna Baylor was in NXT, she was a dominant champion for over 400 days. She's an MMA fighter. Here she's selling moves to Alessa Bliss. I mean, like, what am I watching here? And poor Shayna, man, I wouldn't be shocked if they release her. She's not doing anything on the main roster. I mean, Shayna Baylor should have been champion last year, but then they screwed up. They dropped the ball on that. They put her in a tag team with Nia Jax, which was awful. Now you have Reginald in the storyline. Why is he getting more TV time than more the woman? And there was also a part in this match where Alessa Bliss was doing all these mind tricks. She was trying to control Nia Jax, like she moved her hand, and Nia moved her hand as well, and made her slap Reginald. So all of a sudden, Alessa Bliss had powers like the Fiend. And where is the Fiend? Where is Bray Wyatt? He hadn't been on TV since the Wyatt after Mania. The Fiend, we haven't seen him since he lost to Randy Orton. We all know the Fiend is dead, buried. No one cares about Bray Wyatt no more. Even though we all know that Bray Wyatt deserves better. And this Alessa Bliss crap needs to go away. It needs to stop. There's no way that they're going to be doing this crap in front of fans with Alessa and this Firefly Funhouse gimmick. She's going to get booed out of the building. No one can be okay with this crap. So anyway, so after that childish garbage, we get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now this match wasn't as better as the match that they had before. It wasn't better than WrestleMania. Now this might have been their worst match. There were a lot of mistakes in this match, a few bosses. Match wasn't that good. It might have been their worst match. I know JD from New York said it might be their worst match, but the match was alright. Sami Zayn gets the victory here. And I heard that this is Sami Zayn's first victory one-on-one since last year in October. Because this year, Sami Zayn didn't have a good year. Sami Zayn had been treated like a loser. He's been pretty much a jobber, even though I like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's a great wrestler. He's a great heel. He's one of the entertaining things on SmackDown. Kevin Owens too. Kevin Owens hadn't looked good since it matched with Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. That's when Kevin Owens was treated like a main event guy in all three of the matches with Roman Reigns. Since then, they brought back the KO show, and he's in the feud with Sami Zayn. I didn't know why they were feuding. It was just a way to get them on the card at WrestleMania. And now the feud continues. Hopefully the feud's over, because this is Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell is what ends the pay-per-view. It's what ends a big feud. Now, Matt wasn't that good. Now, this match could have been inside Hell in a Cell. And it would have ended that feud, but it didn't. So Sami Zayn get the victory with the kick. I forgot what it's called. Now Kevin Owens, I didn't know it was a Boston here. Kevin Owens might have gotten legit hurt. I don't know what happened in this match. But anyway, it gets worse. I don't know, like the pay-per-view wasn't that good. And then after that we get for the Raw Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. This match was awful. It was garbage. I didn't care about it. Nobody cared about it. I mean, the match ended in a DQ. Don't know why. This match was not great than last year at WrestleMania. I thought the match was better, but the ending sucked. But here, last night in this match, the ending sucked. Rhea Ripley got disqualified. Charlotte didn't lose. Of course, he wouldn't, because they don't want Charlotte to get pinned. They kept her strong. They booked Rhea like an idiot. First of all, the feud had been awful. And yeah, because there's no other woman in the division. Because the women's division is just as bad since the Diva era. There's no other woman being recycled. Rhea Ripley have been booked like garbage with that championship. She's booked like shit. Charlotte Flair, no one cared about Charlotte. She's been shoved down a throat for 6 or 7 years. She's the discount John Cena. I thought she was gonna win her 14th title, but I guess not. Well, this feud probably gonna drag on to Money in the Bank, and hopefully we get a clean winner, and they end that feud. And who we're gonna face at SummerSlam? Hopefully not Eva Marie. Don't want Eva Marie. I also forgot to mention that Eva Marie came back last week. Had one of the worst debuts ever. Everyone hates it. No one gives a crap about Eva Marie. She's awful. She's not gonna save the women's division. That's because there's no one on Raw that can save her. The same people. Charlotte, Rhea, Asuka, Nikki Cross. No one cared. The same people every week. Same people getting recycled. Same garbage. Nothing but rematches. That's why Raw should not be 3 hours. So, map was awful, and I'm not gonna go over it. There's nothing much to it. I know a lot of people like Saul Monster and JD went over it, but I'm not gonna go over it with much of my math. And then after Rhea got disqualified, she does her finisher. And I'm like, okay, the match is already over. She got disqualified. There's no winner here. So yeah. So I'm sure this feud gonna continue. And then finally, for the main event, Bobby Lashley defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. This match saved the show. This match was good. Hard hitting. It was brutal. Both guys looked strong. The ending got a little bit out of hand. A lot of near falls this match. MVP interfered a lot. And they made Drew McIntyre into a dribbling idiot. Drew McIntyre looked stupid in this match. I don't know why the guy was coming after MVP the entire time. I don't know why he lost MVP in the cell. And he came after him trying to beat him up. He got distracted. Bobby Lashley took advantage. And that's how he got the win. There were a lot in this match. There were tables, chairs, ladders, there were candlesticks. There was even a spot where Bobby Lashley had a candlestick while McIntyre started beating them up in the corner of the cell, which was really good. A lot of near falls, man. Now MVP played a big role. He interfered a few times. He pulled the referee out of the ring. McIntyre was setting up for the Claymore kick. He hits it. He had the match won. MVP pulled the referee out of the ring. And MVP tried to get away from McIntyre. McIntyre locked MVP in the cell. I don't know why. He beats up MVP. Got distracted too much. He focused all his attention on MVP when he should have been focusing on Bobby Lashley. If one win the title back. And then Drew McIntyre was gonna set up for the Claymore again. MVP grabbed his leg. Bobby Lashley gets a roll up, 1, 2, 3, and retained the WWE title. I thought the match was great. The ending got a little crazy. Hopefully this ends their feud because a Hell in a Cell match is supposed to end your feud, even though the feud hadn't been booked great. I mean the way how they booked Bobby Lashley as a champion have been awful. Because last week he was pinned by Drew McIntyre, and a few weeks ago he was pinned by Kofi Kingston. And the way, and from what it looks like, we might get Kofi Kingston and Bobby Lashley for that title because MVP have been having some backstage segments with Kofi. Maybe they might turn him heel. I don't know. I think we're over Kofi Mania, and I think that's a joke. Kofi Kingston and Bobby Lashley, your SummerSlam match. Give me a break. It might be at Money in the Bank, but SummerSlam hopefully we'll get Brock Lesnar. All the rumors of Brock Lesnar showing. Hopefully we get that match. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley is a SummerSlam match. That's a match that people have wanted. Bobby Lashley have asked for that match in a lot of interviews. Now it doesn't need the WWE title. Some people say it doesn't need to be for the WWE title. Now I'm sure it is gonna be for the world title, and Bobby Lashley should win. He should go over. He should get the biggest win of his career against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar does not need championship anymore. He doesn't. So I didn't realize my video is longer than my first one. So yeah. There's still a lot to talk about. The pay-per-view wasn't that good. I gave it a 3 out of 6, 50-50 booking. Nothing but rematches. Hopefully Money in the Bank is better. I'm glad that this is the last pay-per-view for the Thunderdome. And now we got 4 more weeks until fans are coming back. And then we got Money in the Bank. That's the first pay-per-view with fans. Hopefully good. Hopefully they treat the Money in the Bank good. I still think that they should get rid of the gimmick pay-per-views. I agree with a lot of people saying get rid of the gimmick pay-per-views. Hell in a Cell, get rid of it. Money in the Bank. First of all, the Money in the Bank have been worthless. Just based on the last 4 winners that won the briefcase, it means nothing and it's been worthless. I wish they brought it back at I wish they had the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. Cause that's where it started and that's where it used to be, and it was a lot better WrestleMania. Hell in a Cell, Hell in a Cell have been pretty much worthless. Based on the last few years, and based on the awful ending that we got 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and how they treated the Hell in a Cell concept. Well, don't forget, 2 years ago when they had The Fiend and Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell, that was also BS. That ended in a disqualification. It was a screwy finish. Everyone hated that. The finish was so bad. And then before that we had a Hell in a Cell ended in a no contest with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar interfered, beat the crap out of both of them, and the referee called it, and then the referee called it no contest. I thought last year was better based on the storyline with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, and then Sasha Banks and Bayley. That was saved it last year. But this year we didn't have Roman Reigns on the show because they scrapped that match. Like last night we were supposed to get Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio. That was supposed to be the main event for Hell in a Cell last night, but they scrapped it and put it on SmackDown. A lot of people were upset. USA Network was upset, and the reason why it would not, and the reason why they put it on SmackDown, because Roman Reigns, he didn't want to be on the pay-per-view. He wanted to enjoy Father's Day with his sons and his children, and I understand why. Same thing with Rey Mysterio. Probably because Rey Mysterio wanted to celebrate Father's Day with his son Dominic. That's why they didn't do this match last night. It was on SmackDown. And I can understand why. Roman Reigns I'll go after you, so I'm staying home. I don't want to defend my title. Which kind of made the pay-per-view pointless. We all thought that the reason why they brought back Hell in a Cell so early was because with Roman Reigns and the storyline with the Usos. But after what we saw on Friday, Jimmy Uso acknowledged Roman Reigns. I'm not sure if he turned heel, but he acknowledged them and he raised his hand after the match was over. And the match with him and Rey Mysterio was alright. It was pretty much a waste of time. It didn't last that long. I don't know why. I don't know why they watched that feud and put on SmackDown. Probably to make history. It was the first ever SmackDown with a Hell in a Cell match, which I was very surprised by. Alright. Now I will make more. Now the thing about my channel, and the thing about my YouTube channel is that I will make more videos. I think I'll only do the pay-per-views. Don't know when to get enough, but I will only do the pay-per-views. I'm not gonna do the shows every week because I think it's too much wrestling for me. I think I'll just do the pay-per-views. Maybe I'll do NBA in the playoffs. I might. But until then, see y'all next time.